Good afternoon. I am so honored to be here. Thank you, Melissa, and your board for your wonderful leadership. Thank you to Mayor Garcetti for his tremendous leadership of Los Angeles, and all you amazing elected officials you have today. Richard Bloom, Senator Ben Allen, Mike Bowden, thank you for all that you do. So I want to start off by saying there's this law in physics that I'm very fond of. And it goes like this, and I believe it also applies in politics, which is that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And yesterday, America saw that we are the reaction to Donald Trump. And I tweeted out recently that the resistance has begun. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how that resistance is going to happen, because we can't just sort of stupidly resist, right? We want to be smart about this. One way to do it is to do what you all did in terms of attending rallies and marches. It was incredibly energizing, not just for you, but for me, for other people who saw it. And I thought it was incredibly important for members of Congress to see what happened, for Donald Trump to see what happened. And it caused this really bizarre press conference that some of you may have seen. So the very first press conference of the Trump administration was yesterday. And they could have talked about healthcare, they could have talked about jobs. So instead, Press Secretary Sean Spicer talked about crowd size, right? That's what they focused on. And then he lied about it. And it was really remarkable to watch because he lied about something so easy to contradict. Because you could just see pictures side by side, right, of Obama inauguration versus Trump. Nielsen ratings came out today showing that Jimmy Carter had 4 million more people watch it than Donald Trump did. All right. So I'm going to tell my staff now that when we refer to Sean Spicer, we will refer to him as the fake press secretary. So as a Democrat, you know, I am thrilled that Donald Trump started out with such a rocky start. As an American, I am horrified. I think it is not good for this country. It is embarrassing that we have a president that is more concerned about crowd size than about jobs or healthcare or anything else. And this is not the way I would have wanted this to start. After Trump got elected in November, I didn't go ahead and think, hey, I'm going to boycott that inauguration. That's not what I thought. I wanted to give him a chance. And I thought maybe he might govern differently than he has campaigned. And as I watched in the intervening weeks and months, that didn't happen. In fact, he went off the reservation, as you know. He started to actively mislead the American people. So I read the highly classified intelligence report. I attended classified briefings. And I can tell you that there is clear and convincing evidence in what we know to support the conclusions set forth in the unclassified report. And you all should read that unclassified intelligence report. If you just Google unclassified intelligence report, the first thing that pops up is a report on the Russian cyber hacking influence campaign on our democracy. And what the report says is that the Russians engaged in this massive campaign to undermine U.S. faith in our elections, to hurt Secretary Clinton, and to help Donald Trump. So our president is just lying when he says that other countries could have done this. It wasn't other countries, it was Russia. And then he is just lying when he says they didn't do it to benefit him. They did. He saw the same evidence I saw, and it's just deeply troubling for me to know that our president is simply lying to American people. That's one reason I boycotted the inauguration. The other reason, actually there's so many reasons. Another reason is Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution was put in by the framers to prevent one of the greatest dangers to our republic, which is the threat of foreign influence. And it basically says you can't have foreign conflicts of interest. You can't have streams of income and other financial benefits from foreign governments if you're an American elected official. Professor Lawrence Tribe of Harvard, the White House ethics lawyers for both Bush and Obama, wrote a paper, and other people have looked at it, saying Donald Trump is in violation of Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution, also known as the Emoluments Clause, which basically says you can't have foreign conflicts of interest. So he has these vast global business holdings all over the world. He has stakes in hundreds of entities, and we've been asking him to either divest his business holdings or put them into blind trusts. That would solve the constitutional violation. So he's refused to do that. Instead, he's sort of saying, okay, I'm gonna have my family do it. Well, look, that doesn't actually solve the problem, because benefiting your family is the same as benefiting yourself. That's how the law looks at it. And when he refuses to do it, he's basically putting his family and his own financial interests above that of America. So that's not America first, that's America second. And it is a huge constitutional problem. So I have created what I call the cloud of illegitimacy clock. So you can go on my website, my official website, and you can click on a link, and it will tell you how long he's been in continual violation of the US Constitution. So last time I checked, it's been about 2 days, 5 hours, 40 minutes that he's been in violation of the Constitution. And then today, we know from the morning press reports that he is now refusing to release his tax returns, even after they're audited. Yeah. So he's just flat out breaking a promise to American people. But that raises a lot of suspicions. Like, why is he so concerned about his tax returns? I mean, what interest does he have in foreign governments and foreign places that we need to know about? So this is really a huge problem. So that's another reason that I decided to boycott the inauguration.